another video. If you just left part 1, and if you haven't, what? Calm down, just chill. Hey guys, I'm back at it with another video. This is gonna be part 2 to my last video. If you have not seen part 1, go back and watch part 1 because it's some tea. Now, picking up where I left off, what I was saying. Yeah, so I let my homegirl come stay with me, her and her baby. And yeah, so this is when I found out that she was letting the same man that was abusing her and her son kick them out, so allegedly, in my crib. She was inviting me over, hey, I'm in my crib. So that really rubbed me the wrong way, like I said. So I was just like, dang, now she having people in my crib. Now I'm not even knowing, because it's like, for one, I wasn't raised like that. Like, I wasn't raised with no open door. Like, I wasn't raised with like my brother having people in and out, like people in the crib, in and out the crib that I don't know. I'm not used to that. Even when I was younger, like I said, like my family, we were so sheltered. Like they wouldn't, like my parents would rarely have guests, and me and my brother wouldn't have guests at all because we wasn't allowed to. So getting older and this being my first crib, and she's letting like people in and out my crib, and then it's like I don't really know. It's like it was really starting to rub me the wrong way because, like I said, I wasn't used to that, and I kind of felt like I was like that was kind of putting me in danger in a way because, like I said the other night, she was finna have 2 hood dudes pull up for her. Like I don't know, like it just was kind of getting dangerous around that time. So after that, I asked her, she said no. She was like, no, I went outside and da-da-da. And I just basically kind of ignored her. Like, well, I didn't text her back because I felt like she was lying. Like, I felt in my spirit that she was lying. So, boom, fast forward. It was a day I need to go see my dad. This was back when me and my dad was still talking. We was trying to rekindle our mother-daughter. Our father-daughter relationship. That didn't work, y'all. Had to cut him off, too. But yeah, so my dad would come and get me or whatever. So he came and picked me up, and she was saying, like, before I knew it, well, she was at the crib. I think she had just got off work or something. And so I was just telling her, I was like, okay, well, I'm finna go with my dad. Like, I'm gonna see you later. Da, da, da. Like, you need anything, just call me, let me know. So she was like, okay. So boom, I leave. And then before I knew it, she called me and she was like, hey, I'm finna go out and get some food.
Can I come get your key so I can lock your door?
So I'm like, okay. This when the tea really get hot for real. Because when she told me that she was going to go get some food, for one, like I told y'all, this girl didn't have no money. She didn't have no vehicle. So when she said she's going to go get some food, I'm already knowing that because I know her, I done been around for so long. I knew that that boy Debo was going to go pick her up and take her, like basically take her to go get some food, or basically just come pick her up in general, and like so they can hang out together. Y'all, I'm being so cool on the situation because, like I said, for one, like I know how she is, and then for 2, I wasn't really expecting her to leave a man alone completely. Did I feel like she should have? Yes, because I felt like that would have been better for her and her son. But from knowing her patterns, I knew that she always had this like part of her that was like kind of boy crazy. And a lot of times that's due from lack of a father figure or lack of like a good relationship with your father that will make you boy crazy as you get older, because it's a part of you that like has a void of male attention, male validation, because you didn't have your father. So when you grow up, you think like, oh, I love the attention of a man. I just want a man. I need a man. I need a man. And no, you actually needed your father. But since you didn't have your father, you actually need therapy. But a lot of people don't go to therapy. They just go and jump into all these different relationships and stuff. And so, yeah, like she called me, said she was going to get some food. I already knew that Debo was coming to get her and stuff. And so she asked to get my key. I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. So I was like, well, if you get my keys, you're going to bring it back. So she told me that she was going to bring my key back. Like, she was like, yeah. She was like, oh, yeah, as soon as I go lock the door, I'm going to bring your key right back. It's okay, da-da. So, boom, she finally pulled up. I get a text. She pulled up in my dad's driveway, or she pulled up to my dad's house, and she told me to come outside so I could come get her the key. Now, like I told y'all, keep in mind, I already knew that she was going to be with Debo off the strength of me knowing that she don't have no car. She ain't have no money. So it wasn't, when I went outside and seen that she was in a car with Debo, it didn't strike me by any surprise or anything like that. So I went and gave her the key. I spoke to Debo. It was cool. So I go back in the crib. I'm still talking to my dad. I'm realizing time going by. No, she texts me. She texts me like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be able to bring your key back because Debo realized he didn't have enough gas."
Bitch, what?
So we don't have enough gas to come back over there and bring your key back. Y'all, instantly I get mad. Instantly I get upset because I knew they was playing in my face. Like I done seen her play in other people's face, so I know the tactics that she used when she playing in your face or she about to start playing in your face. And I knew for a fact that she was about to start playing in my face because she told me that if I gave her my key, she was gonna bring it right back. She took my key and left, then text me talking about some Debo don't got enough gas. Y'all knew how much gas y'all had before y'all agreed to come get my key and to bring it back. You knew exactly how much freaking gas he had. So when she told me that, instantly I knew. I was like, okay, this heifer, she want to start playing with me. But I didn't know why. Like, I didn't understand why. This is what I believe, right? I believe that when she pulled up with Debo to my father's house, that I was supposed to get upset, or I was supposed to show some type of reaction, or I was supposed to like do something. She thought that that was going to get a reaction or a rise out of me. Girl, I knew you were dumb since like high school. I done known you since high school. I know you're slow. I know this. That's not no surprise to me that you're doing slow stuff because I knew this. I've been knew this about you. I'm slow. I was slow too at the time. Like, it's like, I didn't understand like this type of like gag effect that she was trying to like put out. It was just weird because it's like, I'm telling you, when it was all normal and I didn't give her no reaction, right then and there, I noticed how she switched, like the freaking expression on her face changed, her whole energy. She had this big smile on her face. She was like, but then I was just like, hey girl, I was like, hey girl, my kid just like, and then before I knew it, she just was not smiling no more, and the energy was just off. That girl wanted me to give her a reaction because she was with that man. Girl, that is your fault you're with that man. That man put you and your son out allegedly. That man won't even really change your son while you at work, and you think I'm finna let you make me upset because you choosing to be with this man? Like, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy because, like, what you thought? You think I get more? You think I care more about you than you care about yourself? You don't even care but that you with this man, he don't mean you no well. So you expect me to care more than you? No, baby. You go be with that man, go ahead. But make sure that my key's somewhere where I can get it. Just make sure that. That's all I was worried about. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, she grown, like we're grown. She gonna do whatever she wanna do. So it's like the fact that she thought that that was gonna be the thing that, oh, get under my skin or the girl, I don't care about that. I knew you like losers. I know this. I know you. Knew her because I don't know. We're not friends no more, y'all. But it was just, that was crazy to me. So boom, fast forward, she told me that she couldn't bring my key back. So I let that slide, but I knew, I was like, all right, I'm finna just come get my key when I leave my dad's house. So it came down to, I was leaving my dad's house. Like I said, he drove. I had a car at the time, but I left my car at the crib because he came and picked me up. So he take me and I tell him, I'm like, we gotta go by Depot house to get my house key so I get in the crib. So he take me over there. I'm knocking on the door. Now, y'all, the house is only a 2-bedroom, and it was small. It probably was like 900 square foot, maybe not even that. Like, the house was not big at all. So when somebody is at the front door, you can hear it. And like I said, I had spent nights at that crib. Like, I done been at that crib numerous amount of times to know like how it is there. When somebody knocking on the door, you can hear it all throughout the house because the house is not big at all. It's not even 2-story. So I'm knocking at the freaking door, and I'm knocking and just time going by, and I hear it's people on the inside, it's lights on and everything. So by this time, whoever in there is just ignoring me. Like, they know that I'm here and they just ignoring me. So I'm knocking. So before I know it, the uncle come to the door and let me in. That was questionable to me because, like I told y'all, the uncle was the one who kicked me out. The uncle don't even like me. So the fact that he had to come to the door and let me in, I'm like, okay, maybe maybe homegirl in there like getting freaky, or maybe they occupied or something. But it never once crossed my mind saying that, oh, they didn't hear me knocking, because I knew she heard me knocking. His door was right by the front door. Debo room was right by the front door. They heard me knocking. So I'm just kind of confused because I'm like, okay, why would she ignore me like knocking on the door and she know I need to come get my house key so I could get in my crib? Like, what's tea? Like, what's going on? I was confused. So Uncle finally let me in and I go to Debo's door and I'm knocking on Debo's door because the door closed. So when I'm knocking on the door, I hear,
come in.
come in. So I'm thinking, I'm expecting them to be in the bed laid up asleep. Y'all, I open that door. Do y'all know that girl was standing up there with her shoes on, her purse on her freaking arm, her jacket on, and she looked like she was ready to go? So she sat up there for a good maybe 5 minutes, let me knock on that door and ignored me. I get to the room door and she don't even open the room door like she always did. She talking about come here. She's somewhere standing up. Debo in the bed laying down watching TV. She's standing up with all her clothes on and stuff, like looking at me like, oh, okay. So I'm like, okay, can I have my key? Like what? Like, you feel me? Like, can I have my key? So she was like, well, since you going back to the crib, I could just leave with you. I could just come with you. I said, no, you can't because my car is at the crib. My dad came and picked me up. She was not riding with my dad because no, you're not riding with my dad. Like, my dad was just like, he was like, some dads is cool with like the young kids and stuff, like, and like you could cuss around him and have all that gay stuff around her. But my dad was the type, no, like he ain't played none of that. So I wasn't comfortable with her. And then after the way she had done treated me, I'm like, for no reason, like I ain't been nothing but nice to the girl. Like, so she was kind of treating me weird. So I was telling her, I'm like, girl, no. I was like, he can't take you home because Debo had a car. He the one came and picked her up. So I'm like, he can't take you home? Like, so then when I say that, she looked down and he looking some type of way like, you mean to tell me you let this man come pick you up after all the stuff he allegedly did to you and he don't even want to take you home? You got to come ask me for a ride home. But this how you treating me. Yeah. Okay. So, I tell her, I said, no, you're not riding with me and my dad. Like, he could come, he could drop you off. I was telling her, like, Debo could drop you off or whatever, but I need my key. So she get to looking in her, like, my key was all the way in the bottom of her bag. Like, girl, you should have had my key in your pocket somewhere. She just knew that she was just gonna ride home with me and use the key to open up my door. Like, girl, move, like, for real. You gotta, like, bruh, please, before you act like that, please go get your own stuff. Please go put the work in to build yourself up and to get your own stuff before you go around other people trying to strong arm theirs. For real. It's enough out here for everybody, I swear. Like, y'all. So yeah, she gave me my key and I left and I felt so good because like my dad really could have took her home, but it's just that like, no, like you wasn't about to get no ride off of me. Like you sitting up here treating me like I did something to you because you tried to get a reaction out of me and it did not work. But the reaction she tried to get at me, like I was telling you, it's almost like she tried to hurt herself or she tried to make herself look stupid by showing up with this man thinking that was going to hurt me or affect me. Girl, like I said, I know you're dumb. I been knew that. Like, be for real. So I'm at the crib and I'm thinking about everything because it's just not sitting right with me. Like, it just wasn't really sitting right with me. Like, and then my dad, like, earlier that day, my dad was telling me, like, oh, yeah, that girl not your friend for real. And it's funny because my mama never liked the girl. But like I said, my mama messy and my mama never liked me. So her judgment, I always took her judgment with a grain of salt. But my mama never liked her. She never liked my homegirl. And she would always tell me that she was like, she wouldn't really tell me. I think she did tell me she was jealous of me a couple times, but she would just always tell me like, that girl not your friend. That girl not your friend. Like, I'm trying to tell you that girl not your friend. And come to find out, y'all, the girl really was not my friend. That girl never liked me. Like, when we stopped being friends and I had kind of started reminiscing over the whole friendship, that girl never liked me. Never. She always was like a hater towards me. Like, That's why when good stuff would happen to me, it's like I could cheer for a second, but not too much. It's like I could be happy for like a split second. Then after that, okay, like that's enough. Like that girl was not happy for me. She was not my real friend. Like if anything, she just cared about being better than me. As long as she was better than me or like appeared better than me, she was fine. But as soon as I started doing well for myself and she maybe wasn't doing as good for herself, she did not like me. That's why when I let her and her son move in with me and I was doing everything for her, making sure she was good, she could not appreciate it because she did not want me to be in a position to be able to help her. She did not want me to be, she wanted to be in a position to where I'm down and she's up. That's not no friend. That's not no real friendship. That's somebody who is competing with you. That's somebody who is using you as a blueprint. That's somebody who is using you as like, okay, when this person does this, I'm going to just do what they're doing. I'm going to have them teach me that too so I can hop on their way. That's what it was. Like, y'all. So anyway, so she finally came home and I'm thinking that she was still gonna be upset. So I already knew, like, I was like, okay, well, when she come home, we're gonna have a talk. Like, we're just gonna see, like, you know, hear each other out, like, you know, get an understanding how we feeling. Do y'all know this girl came home and I heard her rustling bags and stuff. She was putting stuff in, because she had them trash bags with her clothes in it. She was putting stuff in the trash bag. So I'm thinking to myself, I kind of get hyped a little bit because I was like, okay, maybe she leaving. Like, maybe she leaving. I ain't got to say nothing. You know, like maybe she moving back in with her boyfriend, period. So I go out there and I'm like, hey, girl, like, what's up? Y'all, her whole demeanor, her whole attitude changed by this time. Like, at first, she had an attitude. At first, she was like, you feel me? Like, I could just ride with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not answering my phone calls, like acting like I did something to her. To humble, oh, hey, I was just out here cleaning up. So that's what she told me. That's why she was putting that stuff in the trash bag, because she was just cleaning up. So I was like, dang, I thought she was leaving, like, So what happened? So I was like, oh, okay, well, when you get a chance, can you come, like, in my room? Like, I had wanted to talk to you about some stuff because I thought it was weird. And so she was just like, okay. So I had rolled a blunt for us to smoke and stuff while we was talking, because I didn't want it to be like no weird talk. Like, I didn't want it to be like no argument or nothing. I just wanted it to be genuine. And so we both had an understanding where each other was coming from. Like, maybe I said something wrong or did something wrong that rubbed her the wrong way. And I wanted to get an understanding. So as I'm sitting up here and I'm talking to her, I'm like, hey, girl, I'm like, so do you think that I give you like 120% as far as my effort and my love and stuff? And she looked at me and she was like, yes. Like, she was smiling. She was like, I definitely feel like you give me 120%. Like, I definitely feel like that. I was like, that's good to hear, because I do try my best to be here for you and to help you and stuff like that. And so I started telling her, I was like, well, I feel like that when you go see Debo, I feel like Debo gives you 20%. So compared to my 120%, when you go to Debo, he only gives you 20%. Basically, to me, it felt like it was unfair, because it felt like the stuff that I was doing for her, she would just take it over to him. Like, I'm going to give you an example. When she first had started staying with me, she let Debo watch her son. So it was time to go pick her son up, and we was like waiting outside for like going on 10, 20 minutes, waiting on this man to pull back up to the crib with her baby. So I had bought my godson this pajama set. It was so cute. It was like he had these plaid pants with this little long sleeve shirt, and I think it had like a reindeer on it or something. That was one of the outfits I got him. I don't know if this was that same outfit. Do you know that's how he was dressed when he was given to Debo? When Debo brought him back, he had on the same shirt that went with the outfit set, but he had on mismatched pants. So when she brought baby Jesus to the car and I asked about his pants, she said, oh,
Debo probably didn't change him all day, and his pee probably soaked through his diaper and got into his pants, so he probably changed his pants.
you mean to tell me you was just able to comfortably say that? You just said that comfortably, confidently, out out your mouth with no tears? Y'all, I kid y'all not. That's how she said it. That she was just like, oh yeah, he probably did change him, and the diaper got. Cause girl, if it was me, I would have been beating on Debo's head right now. I ain't gonna lie. I would have been beating on Debo's head. That's the difference between me and her. That's why I'm glad we're not friends no more. Cause if we were still friends to this day, that would show that whatever, like all the bad stuff that I could say that I seen her did, that would have still been a reflection of me to this day. That was a reflection of me back in the day because I was so low vibrational, I wasn't able to see what was going on and how I could actually help properly. But like, now you know that I have not talked to that girl since that day. Like I have not seen that girl since the day that I asked her that she had left my crib or whatever. So that's how I know for a fact, even though that was my friend for a long time, none of that BS that she had going on or has going on now is a reflection of me. Because like I said, I completely cut that part out of my life. I'm not being friends with her, like sneaking around with her and hanging out with her. No, like literally I'm done. Like I'm done. Like I've been done. Like, yeah. So that happened. So that's what I'm saying. Like I would buy her freaking baby clothes and stuff, and she would take her baby and drop her baby off with Debo or go over to Debo and just have him just mistreating them and stuff. Like it's just dumb. And I just felt like I'm not finna keep pouring into somebody that as I'm pouring into you, you going back over here to get drained. Why? Because by this time, if you the middleman, that means he taking from me. And he ain't going to take from me. Because I wouldn't let no man treat my baby like that. I don't care how much I act like I love a man. You not finna mistreat my baby? Like, what in the world? So, boom. We talking, and I bring that up. And I was just telling her, because I was like, I felt like you just kind of was bringing drama to my home. Like, I felt like you was just, and she, like, as soon as I said that, she was triggered. How I was bringing drama? How I'm bringing drama to your home? Y'all, she told me while I was going through my homelessness, she told me that her mama told her that she shouldn't be my friend anymore. And the reason her mother told her that she shouldn't be my friend anymore was because she felt like I was bringing her down and I didn't care about the situation she was going through and right? So basically telling her daughter that she should cut me off, which she right. Her daughter should have cut me off because her daughter was never my friend, but I didn't know that back then. So she told me that about her mama in the midst of me going through the stuff that I was going through. So, of course, when I got my own crib, no, I didn't. Like, I ain't gonna say I disliked her mom because her mom helped me when I was a child. So I still have respect for her because of that. But I never really liked her mom after that because I just felt like that was really fake. If anybody, you seen me and this girl be friends for almost a whole decade. And since I'm going through homelessness as an adult, you tell that girl to turn her back on me. Just 4 months later, your daughter had to turn right back around and come stay with me because I got on my feet. And you was the same one telling that girl to cut me off. So when it was a time where when she would go see her mom, because like the same way I would go see my dad, she would go see her mom. So she would go see her mom, and I remember one time I left my door unlocked because I had to go drop somebody off real quick. So I was like, the door unlocked, go ahead and go in, but I'm pulling back up, I'm right around the corner. So me and the person I was dropping off, we got in an argument. Boom, they get out the car and they start walking home. So I'm like, bet. I was able to turn right back around and get back to my crib. By the time they showed back up, her and her mom, because her mom was dropping her off, because like I told you, the girl didn't have her car at the time. Do you know that I pulled back up at my crib and her mother is parked in my parking spot? Because we had assigned parking spots. Like they aligned, like the parking spot was A into apartment A, like B, apartment B, like it was like that. So that was the only parking spot. Her mother parked her truck in my parking spot. So I'm kind of sitting outside of my car. I'm looking. Her mama was out the car headed to my crib. Yo, my homegirl was about to let her mom come into my crib while I was not home. The same mother that told her to cut me off because I was going through homelessness, she turned right back around and was about to have this lady come in my apartment. And I had a feeling I knew why the lady wanted to come in my apartment. She wanted to see how I was living. She wanted to make sure I wasn't doing better than her. And also she was flabbergasted because, like I said, none of them ever thought that I was going to get on my feet. A lot of them thought, like a lot of people from back in the day thought that I was incompetent or I was just dumb or I didn't really want more for myself. But I always wanted more for myself. I always wanted better for myself, period. But people didn't, like, a lot of people underestimated me. So when I did something huge, like go from sleeping couch to couch, sleeping on floor, sleeping at a shelter to my own freaking place with my name on the lease, oh yeah, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because of how they sat and talked about me when I was down and out. Yeah. So of course she wanted to come and look around, and I felt like she was wrong as my friend. If you knowing that your mom sat up there and talked bad about me when I didn't have nothing, why you out of everybody should know, no, I don't want her coming into my crib. I'm not even saying, because I'm the one, when her mom dropped her off, I'm the one who took her to her mom's house. I took her to her mom's house because she told me that they wanted to spend time with each other, and her mom was the one that brought her back over there. I did not go in her mom's house. I did not go up there with her. I dropped her off, let her get out, and let her go up there. So her mama should have brought her back, dropped her off, and went on about her business. No, she wanted to come in my home. So I brought that up during the conversation. As soon as I brought that up, she flipped it, talking about something, you want me to cut off my mom? Now, when she said that, I was done. I was done when she said that because she knew that I didn't have my mother in my life. In the way that I would see, because I done seen this on her plenty of times. Like I said, this was my fault because I knew how this girl was. I just never thought that she would be this way towards me until it happened, right? I would see how she would take people's stories, or she would take people and twist it. Like she would twist the narrative on them. If it's somebody that she don't like, she would go around and trash talk that person to different people and try to recruit other people that don't like that person. Like, when I sat up there and said that I felt like she was bringing drama and how she was finna let her mom, she knew that I didn't have my mom in my life. She knew how my mom did me. So she knew that it would be believable if she went around and told people that I was trying to make her choose between me or her mom, because it was evident that I didn't have my mom in my life. My parents were very evil towards me. The fact that she would use my trauma and turn it into something that would benefit her lie of trying to push this narrative that I'm trying to make her choose between her and her, like me and her mother, when in reality, you the one who told me all the bad stuff that your mom said about me when I was at my lowest time. So why in the F would I want this same woman in my home? And she didn't help me get none of this. But now you want to turn around and use my trauma against me and make it seem like I'm this terrible person. I was done. When I was seeing all this stuff, I'm like, all this stuff I done did for this girl, are you serious? For you and your son that I did not have to do? Like, I've been holding it down this whole time. I was holding her and her son down more than Debo was. And I'm a female. I just got off the streets. And I'm doing big boy stuff. And then I'm realizing now that I done learned that's why they were so mad, bro. That's why she blew up on me so bad, because after I started, like, after we was going, like, deeper into the conversation, she started getting mad. Like, she was so mad. She got so freaking angry. She was like, you're not supposed to judge me. You're supposed to be my friend. Girl, judge you. That's what you think people doing? People telling you, you need to keep this man away from your son because he don't, and you think people is judging you when they say that? Are you freaking dumb? Like, bro, be real. So she accused me of judging her and being this bad friend and being fake and all this da-da-da-da-da because I was finally confronting her about all the stuff that I was peeping and how I was saying how I would pour into her cup and she would go over to Debo and have him drain it and stuff like that, and how he was mistreating her son and stuff like that. So we got into it, and she had got so mad and started saying some very hurtful stuff to me that I got mad and started saying stuff back. But one of the things that, like, I was so glad she said this, she looked me dead in my face and said that I wanted her son. That was another play on my trauma, because it was a certain point where after she was pregnant, or like before, after she had her son, I was so lonely and I was so down and out that I was thinking in my head, I'm like, ain't nobody ever gonna love me. My family don't love me, so let me start my own family. When you close with somebody, naturally y'all start to mimic each other. So since she was having a baby, I was thinking, okay, maybe it's time for me to have a baby. Now, I always knew it was not time for me to have a baby. I knew I wasn't ready for no baby. And plus, I was homeless. A lot of stuff that I was going through, she didn't have to go through. And she had a family system, like a support system for her child. She had stuff that I didn't have. And I was sitting up here like, okay, well, she had a baby and it's like, maybe that's going to work out for her. So maybe like I need to have a baby too so I can feel some type of love in my life, da da da. So it was a certain point in time, I kept trying to have a baby and it would never work. And I would cry and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to have a baby. But y'all, God is so freaking good. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you. Because it ain't nothing like I promise you, bro. I was trying to have a baby like back when I was still staying with my mom and back when I didn't have nothing for myself. Now I have my own, like, bro, I have my own. So it's like the fact that I did not have a baby and like I didn't have to like think of like a baby when I like got certain stuff, like got my home, like, oh, I gotta get a 2-bedroom, I gotta get this, I gotta get that. Baby, no, I live my best life. I don't gotta worry about getting no freaking babysitter. I don't gotta worry about, bro, when I get paid, I spend my money on myself. Like, it's so freaking lit. Like, I'm so glad that God held me. And at the time, I thought it was such a terrible thing. I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh, she could get pregnant. Like, how am I not pregnant? Da da da. Like, I thought it was such a bad thing. Fast forward, girl. I'm on birth control. Like, I don't play that. Like, I'm not having no kids. Like, I'm not having no kids, not right now, not no time soon, none of that. Like, I'm really enjoying myself. I'm finding my career. I'm finding my happiness. You know what I'm saying? So I could be whole when it is time for me to have a kid. And I want to be married. Like, I don't want to just be like a baby mother, which there's nothing wrong with being a baby mother, but I'm not choosing to be a baby mother. That don't make sense to me. So, yeah, like, so we get into it, da da da. The girl straight up, she tried to fight me because when she kept saying stuff like, she told me I wanted her son. So when she told me I wanted her son, I knew she was just taking digs and poking at me about the time when I couldn't, like, I felt like, oh, okay, I couldn't get pregnant at that time or whatever. I felt like she was poking fun at me, trying to make me seem once again like a monster that was just trying to use her and take all her stuff, and I wanted her life and stuff, which was not the case. Y'all, when I tell you I genuinely wanted to help this girl, I genuinely wanted to help. So when she said that, it didn't land the way she thought it would. It didn't affect me the way she thought it would because I did not want her son, y'all. I did not. And nothing against baby Jesus. Baby Jesus is so beautiful, so perfect, even to this day. Like, I'm knowing he is so handsome, all of that. I love baby Jesus. He is like the best baby I ever met. I swear to God. No lie. I swear. His personality, A1. But I did not want baby Jesus. The reason I didn't want baby Jesus was because by taking care of baby Jesus, I realized how much I'm not ready for a kid. I was not ready for that. And I didn't even have to do like all of the stuff that the mother, like, she had to do for him. And I was like, no. While she was at work and cause like I was trying to find me a job. Like, I knew I couldn't survive off of like the couple thousand that I had forever. Like, I was like, okay, let me go find a job while she was at work. So I had to take baby Jesus with me to go try to find a job. Y'all, oh my gosh. I see what single mothers be talking about. Like, I had got a little taste, like a little on the tongue of what that stuff was going to feel like, or what it was going to be like having a kid at a young age without being married or having a father figure, you know, in the picture for it. Oh my gosh. 0 out of 0. Very ghetto. Do not recommend. I don't. So when she said that I want her son, I was just like, okay, girl. I was like, okay, boo, whatever you say. So then she accused me of being jealous of her and wanting her life and da-da-da-da-da, which none of that was true. I literally had just got off the streets from being homeless, and I'm looking at her situation. Not only do she have a baby, the man that she was with kicked her out. That's not even the father of her baby. And her last resort is to move back in with her mother. And like I told y'all, her mother does not have good intentions for her. So you think I would surrender my life of putting in the work, getting to where I'm at today for your life of having a fatherless child and living with your mother and her boyfriend. And you think that's the life I want for myself. You think I want to switch places with you. Because she was being so loud saying, you're jealous, you want my life. Yeah, okay, boo. Maybe it's the other way around. No tea, no shade. So yeah, like that happened. And then it got to a point where she had tried to buck up at me like she was trying to fight me. And I always knew I was going to be, I was telling this girl, I just knew it wasn't going to be no fair fight because I was going to whoop her. Like, and I done seen her fight before, but no, it wasn't going to be no fair fight. I was going to whoop the brakes off her. And so I let it slide. Something just kept telling me not to put my hands on her. So I didn't. Like, I let her leave. She was still yelling at me. I remember one time she took some trash, like she had, and then it was so petty because as she moving all her stuff out, she getting the diapers. Cause when the girl moved in with me, she didn't have no diapers for her baby. She didn't even have no wipes for her baby, bro. So as she getting the stuff, I see her dragging a big box of diapers out that I got her son. And I look at her and she look at me and she like, what, you want the diapers? I said, girl, them yours. I don't have no kids. Like, I don't have no kids. Like, you feel me? And it's like, yeah, I know people feel I would have been petty and kept the diapers. No, because that wasn't just me being petty towards her. That would have been me being petty towards my godson. Well, not my godson, because it's not my godson no more. I don't have no ties with that woman. Nothing against baby Jesus. Love him down. But that is not my godson because I don't have no relations, no connection to his mother. So, but sending baby Jesus love. But yeah, I wasn't going to be spiteful to her in that way using her baby stuff because that was going to be spiteful towards her baby and he ain't had nothing to do with it. I already was about to whoop his mama in front of him. So I was like, she go ahead and get them diapers. She just need to get out before I put my hands on her. Because she was making me upset. She was trying to blame me for her hardships and stuff. Trying to make me seem like this terrible person. Even though she was doing terrible stuff to me. And I still never made her out to be this terrible person. But and that's how I knew, like I told y'all, when it all hit the fan, that's how I knew that girl never was really my friend. That's why when it came out to it, she told me I would never talk to you again because she actually ended up leaving. She lied and told people that I kicked her out. She told me she was leaving. When I started confronting her about all that stuff, she was like, I'm out of here, I'm leaving, I'm about to call my mom, da, da, da. So I'm like, okay, I made her stand on that. And she did, and she left. And so yeah, yo, long story short, don't let just anybody move into your crib. Sometimes it don't even matter how long you done knew the person. Don't let nobody move into your crib. Let them figure it out. Especially if anything, I feel like I should have just told her, nah, you gotta go stay with your mom or whatever. I don't know. But it's I never should have moved that girl in my crib because like I said, that girl never liked me. That girl didn't even like me having a crib. The fact she would rather me be on the streets than be housed in a place. That's not no friend. That is an op. That is her op. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this story time for real. Stuff got crazy. But like I said, I don't surround myself with that type of crowd energy no more. I just stay to myself nowadays. I'm so cool. Still no kids, period. But yeah, I'm living my best life. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So, if anybody that's in this story is watching this, I hope, you healing and stuff. I hope you doing better and whatever. If you mad, I'm sorry. I had to spill this tea. I didn't know what else to talk about for real. And then plus, that was years ago. So, if you still mad, okay, but, yeah. All right, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in my next video.